Hi grade 7, how are you? I hope you all are okay. Today we will follow the lesson absorption and transmission of water and mineral salts in plants. The last session we talked about photosynthesis process and we talked about the root system and its structure. Today we will study and learn about the root hair and transmission of water and dissolved mineral salts from the root to other parts of the plant to make its food. Root hair or root capillary. It extends from the epidermis cells of the root and it has a big vacuole that contains a salt solution. As we see in the image, it has a big vacuole that contains salt solution. What makes root hair suitable for absorption of water and mineral salts? Number 1. Its cell membrane has selective permeability. Give reason. To allow some types of salts to pass according to the plant's need. Number 2. The concentration of the salt solution inside its vacuole is higher than that in the soil. Give reason. To help water to be transported from soil to the root hairs by the osmosis feature. What is the meaning of selective permeability and osmosis feature? The selective permeability it is a process by which the cell membrane of the root hair allows some types of salts to pass according to the plant's need. And the osmosis feature it is the transmission of water molecules through semi-permeable membrane from an area with higher concentration of water to an area with low concentration of water. We have an important notes. Number 1. The high concentration of salt solution means that it contains a small amount of water, so this solution has low concentration of water. Number 2. The low concentration of salt solution means that it contains a big amount of water, so this solution has high concentration of water. Now we will talk about the transmission of water and the dissolved mineral salts from the root to other parts of the plant to make its food. The transmission of water from soil to the vacuole of root hair occurs by the osmosis feature. This is very important. The transmission of water from soil to the vacuole of the root hair occurs by osmosis feature, while mineral salts are transmitted from soil by selective permeability. So the water transmitted by osmosis feature and the mineral salts are transmitted from the soil by selective permeability. Where water and dissolved mineral salts are absorbed through root hairs in the epidermis layer of the root. Then they are transmitted to the endodermis layer, which regulates passing of water to xylem. Then xylem or root tissue raises them to the stem and the other parts of the plant as leaves and flowers. But after reaching water and mineral salts all parts of the plant must get rid of the excess water through holes called stomata by the transpiration process. What is the meaning of transpiration process? It is a vital process by which the plant loses excess water in the form of water vapor through stomata, which is spread on the two surfaces of the leaf and other green parts to the surrounding environment of the plant. Stomata. They are tiny holes spread on the two surfaces of the plant leaves and other green parts through which the plant gets rid of excess water. So the plant gets rid of excess water through stomata in the transpiration process. Stomata are widely spread on the lower surface of the plant leaves. Each stoma is surrounded by two guard cells, as we see in the image. Each stoma is surrounded by two guard cells. What is the function of the two guard cells? They control opening and closing the stoma by changing their shapes. The rule of transpiration process in raising water and dissolved mineral salts to upwards. Number 1. Absorption of water and dissolved salts from the soil through root hairs. Number 2. Transportation of water and dissolved salts to all parts of the plant through xylem. Number 3. Exit the water from stomata during transpiration process, acting on boiling water to upwards. This is the rule of transpiration process in raising water and dissolved mineral salts to upwards, as we see in the image. Now we will see a video that illustrates absorption and transmission of water and mineral salts in plants.
Mechanism of water transport in plants. Plants are stationary, having dead cells, and their energy requirement is less. Their transport system is slow. Plants absorb minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, sodium, etc. from the soil. Roots absorb them and transport them to different parts of the plants. Just like humans, plants have a transport system of vessels and cells that transport water, minerals, and other nutrients around the plant. Plants have two transport systems. These systems use two transport tissues called xylem and phloem, and together they are known as vascular bundles. Xylem transports water and solutes from the roots to the leaves, while phloem transports food from the leaves to the rest of the plant. Parts of the plant are interconnected due to these conducting tissues. Mechanism of water transport. Roots are in contact with water and minerals present in the soil. The tip of the plant root contains root hairs. There is a cell membrane and cell wall around the root hair. The root hair cells have higher concentration of solute within them, whereas the soil has low concentration of solutes. As a result, osmosis takes place and minerals and water enter into the root hair cells. The mixture of minerals and water moves from the root hair cells to adjacent cells by osmosis till it reaches the xylem vessel in the root. It enters the xylem through pits. Root pressure plays an important role in the transportation of water in the xylem. Root pressure. Various ions from the soil are actively transported into the xylem of the roots. A result, the concentration of ion in the xylem cell is higher than in the soil. Water therefore passes from soil into the xylem by osmosis, pushing the fluid up the stem. This phenomenon is called as root pressure. This pressure is enough to move the water up in tall trees, though it is adequate in small plants like herbs and shrubs or even small trees.
This Douglas fir's thirsty roots draw nutrient-filled water toward its trunk. The tree acts like a giant water pump. Thick bark protects thin layers of tubes where fluids move up and down the tree. Far above us in the tree's needles, photosynthesis takes place. The tree uses sunlight to produce energy-rich, sugary sap that flows down the outermost layer of tubes. But deeper inside, we find hair-thin fibers that transport water skyward. We're heading along a direct route that connects the deepest roots to the highest needles, which need water for photosynthesis. Water escapes from tiny pores on the needles. This helps keep the forest cool. And water vapor can collect into clouds and eventually fall as rain.